Hello to Andy, David from Edmond, Oklahoma. Hey, just wanted to say, you, just like a fine wine and my old Pantera, just keep getting better with age. Gotta go, check my daily pigeon. Aloha.
Hey, how's it and welcome to the Daily Pigeon Show. It's the place to be, to let the pigeon flow. The Daily Pigeon Show with Andy Bumatai. Mahalo nui loa to you for stopping by.
How's it? And welcome to the Daily Pigeon. As you probably guessed from the title, I had kind of a rough day today, even though it started out great. This morning, I was interviewed by one reporter from the Associated Press about Pidgin English and what we're doing here on the Daily Pigeon. How's that? And the reporter, Jennifer Keller, one local girl, and I were talking about Pidgin and how or what it's like to be one local competing on a national stage, right? Because she lived in New York, and she was talking about how sometimes, in a dog-eat-dog environment where everybody's competing, local people sometimes are little too laid back. In other words, they don't like make taran and say, I'm the best, me, pick me. They don't make a lot of that. They just kind of, and she says, you have to learn at some point that, oh, you go. No. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. No, you go first. Oh, you go first. Till finally you turn around, get 25 people in line in front of you. You're going, wow, And we both agreed that sometimes that politeness, that kindness is mistaken for weakness. Oh, they don't know how to compete. Look at that. They're not you. They don't have the teeth it takes to excel in this environment. When Garen Barbarians we do, we just know, bear 'em all the time, right? So I told her, I said, when I go speak to the kids in the country especially, right, and I talk about career opportunities, I say, you guys get something, growing up here, right, that some kids that go to really good schools, right, kind of expensive, high makamak schools don't develop. Because they don't have to. There's nobody walking around, behind the portables like beat 'em up or whatever. I don't know. I really didn't go to those schools, but I'm guessing that they monitor it more than public schools, right? Or in the housing. You grew up KPT or, Kamehameha 4 or whatever. It's a different kind of thing. And I tell the kids there's value to that if you learn how to channel it. The kind, because these kids, Garen, Ball Baron, they beef anybody. What? Now? Okay, we go. But when it comes to asking for a job or saying I'm the best and I think I would work hard and do a great job, they don't like, because they're kind of ashamed because, they don't like make taran. And I'm saying you need to take that and channel it the right way. Anyway, this is the kind of conversation we were having. And how Pidgin is the lexicon, my new favorite word, for people from Hawaii. And it's our way of going, okay, you and I share the same kind of thing. And on the mainland, when you're competing, you run into one other local. Hey, how, mean, eh? Yeah, bro, mean over here. Hey, I got your back, right? So she says to me, yeah, I remember you saying that when you came to my class in high school. Huh? She says, yeah, I was a freshman at Waianae High School, and you came and spoke on career opportunities, and you basically said the same thing. I said, oh, sorry, I'll never change my act. But she says, but it was so true, and it helped her when she lived in New York. She says, and my training that... from growing up Waianae, I never got mugged. I never had a problem. I never had anybody intimidate me because I walked with confidence and I had my radar out. She's not a tough girl, but she says, when people see that you have a confidence, they don't mess with you. I said, oh, sorry, girl. She goes, well, I like succeed. So we had a great conversation, talked for about a half an hour, and I don't know how much they'll use on the video and, or how the article will turn out. I'll let you know if I find it and, post a link somewhere. You never know. Maybe they don't use any of it. I don't know. Whatever, But it was fun this morning talking to her about that. And then the afternoon came, and I got some very bad news concerning my cousin Bart on the Big Island. Now, his name ends with a Y and my name ends in an I, but same family, okay? Some of the family get Y, some get I. I don't know how that happened in my own family, serious. Like my mom is Y, my dad is I'm I, my brother's Y. I don't know how that messed up. It's just one of those birth certificate things that happened. But anyway, Bart and I were very close when we were kids. But then as we grew up to adults, we kind of drifted apart. But just recently started communicating again. He came to my show when I went to the Big Island with Augie Toba, and we hung out, and we're starting to reconnect. Now, by no stretch of the imagination was Bart an angel, okay? Like many of the people in my family, we all get issues, okay? But I don't think he deserved what happened to him. And when things like this happen, it's always challenging for someone who has to be funny for a living, and I always look at it as one of those moments that define whether you're really going to succeed or not. You have to get past this. I mean, life is for the living, but it's never easy. And one of the things I do is I try to remember something good so that when my mind goes there, it goes to the good. And here's the story. When we were kids, my auntie hated when people stick tongue. I don't know why she had, and she was one of those aunties with the 10-foot arm, catch you from across the room. Whoa, auntie, right? Well, Bart and I were eating hot dogs at the kitchen table, dipping them in ketchup and just eating hot dog, right? Well, he ducked, the thing in a ketchup, and then he was doing something, and the hot dog was sticking out of his mouth, and like this, and my auntie came walking in and thought he was sticking tongue. And the hand came. Now, she used to crack us, but her own kids, OMG, she got that kind of 280 backhand, and she hit him, and the hot dog flew out of his mouth and fell on the table with the ketchup on him. And she went, oh my God, call that doctor, get the car started. And she's come on, and I almost have asthma attack. I was trying, not for laugh, but oh my goodness. And she's, okay, come on. And then she reaches, she's trying to pick Bart up, and he was, kind of a big boy. So she's trying to pick him up. And then she reached over and she grabbed the tongue, and and then she realized that's hot dog. Bart, oh my goodness. So that's where I'm going when I need to remember him. Okay? So anyway, thanks for watching.